Okay, here's a great example of that inside weed line. Shoreline is up over here, straight out in front of us to the left a little bit. Nice line with the weeds. I'm just firing that swim jig and pulling it across there. Just throwing that swim jig across this weed flat. There's an inside weed line here. That might be the ticket. So we got that cold temperature change, and it's freezing out. It's still in the low 40s, but we're trying to piece this together, and right now what we have is bare bottom, and then out about, I don't know, 20-30 feet there's that inside weed line. We're gonna fire that swim jig up along there and just see if we can keep putting this pattern together. Here's a look at that swim jig. There's a little bit deeper area right here, and the bottom's cleaner, looks different. You get on the right flat and find that inside weed line, and it doesn't take long to figure out if those fish are using it or not. I just bumped up to a little bit bigger swim bait size on the back, just so those fish can see a little better. We're gonna keep working here, see if we can find a little bit bigger fish. So there's a couple of clumps out here. It's about that 5 to 6 foot. I'm gonna let that swim jig fall to the bottom, and then just slowly start reeling. That fish just kind of came up behind it. Didn't hit it very hard. Again, use a 360. Saw how the weeds kind of bumped out further. Made a cast right over the top of that. Got another fish. Let's take a quick peek at that 360 and see what I'm talking about. Okay, out in front of the boat, got a weed clump. I can use my Mega Live and turn and find where that's at. If I turn back to the left a little bit, you can see they kind of disappear. Once I get that edge lined up, I can make that cast and come right over it. Boy, you're just looking for that outside weed edge now. We started out an inside weed edge, but kind of bouncing around trying to figure out where the bigger fish are at. I haven't found them yet, but there's a lot of fish on these weed lines. Just switched to a vibrating jig just to see if there'd be a little difference here. You know, the wind's picking up just a hair, putting a ripple on the water, and right away we got hit. And look at that. Just slow rolling it. That fish there was on top of the weed flat, so really the fish are just kind of scattered all over, and a lot of it's probably to do with that cold temperature drop. A week ago, 90-degree air temps. This morning, 37 to 39. Right now, it feels like we're probably in the low 40s. And I didn't know what the fish were gonna do. And you know, size-wise hasn't been great, but we're piecing something together on a tough fight kind of day when usually you don't expect to catch a whole lot. This vibrating jig here, I can feel the weeds. What I'm doing is slow rolling it, and as soon as I feel it tick the top of the weeds, I just kind of speed it up a little bit, pop it out through there. There we go. Now, since we put that vibrating jig on, the size has improved just a little bit. Now, it's not great, but on a tough cold front day, I will take it. So we're just gonna kind of piece it together. Let's take a quick peek at this. So we got a vibrating jig, and this specifically here is a jackhammer. And I got a new bait I'm using this year. Look at that wide body and that tail. Check that description below and I'll link you right to it. But boy, that just lets that drift through the water. You can slow reel it and let that blade just slowly thump. And then that tail back there. So far, this has been a great bait this spring. Oh. Boy, I just got rocked on that end of the cast. I'm casting up towards that point of cattails. Get those raptors down to hold us here. Next time that water drops drastically, pick up a swim jig, vibrating jig, and if the fish are not up shallow where they were when the water was warm, just back off a little bit. And today we did that inside weed line, the outside weed line, and then even up on the weed flat. We just covered some water, found where the location of fish were, covered with a bunch of casts with a couple different baits, and ended up with a decent day. Thanks for joining me today. And as always, below this video, there's a description with links to all the products I used. Using those links helps me out. It doesn't cost you any extra. I really appreciate it, and good luck next time you're on the water.